Like, I don't know what.
Lobby. Dude, I'm having a lot of fun on the Pokemon game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, having a lot of fun with it. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw your tweet about like they need a single player or something. Yeah. Well, they just came out with a mission today that was like they want you to start like battling people for certain promo cards and stuff, which is cool. Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, I think in general.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Dude, so I didn't bring any hairspray here, obviously because the plane, and that's been an issue in the past, because I'm an idiot. So I got some of that stupid paste, you know, and I don't really like the paste. And I use the paste and I put it in my hair, and I'm like, do I have this much gray or is that just paste stuck in my hair? And it's a little of both, I think. So yeah. But it's funny. The guy who I'm staying with, massive WoW player. So I just watch him. He's been working from home the past 2 days. He's just been. I've just been watching him do dungeon after dungeon. And tonight's his raid night. He raids from like 7 to 10 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and he goes crazy for it. He's got he's got 12 buttons on the side of his mouse, and he's like, yeah, but I use 24 buttons. And I'm like, what? It's too much. Too much. No, so it's a buddy who like my roommates played video games with for a decade, and I've met a couple times and stuff. So it all worked out. He lives out here, so I can stay with him for like 8 9 days, and he's able to kind of get me to my appointments that I need to. So just kind of a perfect storm here. Yeah.
Cute. Thanks for the resub, baby. Love you too. We're just waiting on Bob to get back in here. He's pooping or something like that. JB.
He's pooping.
I
I thought it
think
was
he was
pee
going.
pee.
I
He's
think he
poo
was.
poo.
I think
He's poo
it
poo.
might be poo poo. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never can tell with Bob.
You know. I'm also officially back. I'm back in league, and I'm back. I figured it out.
You
Like how
did.
golf, you watch a golf video and you're like, I figured it out.
Yep.
And
You know exactly what was wrong.
I've won 2 consecutive games, so I'm naturally back, and I figured it out.
I mean,
You know.
listen.
Yeah.
It only takes one.
It only takes one.
1 inch at a time.
What? Oh
Bob
man.
must
I
be
also
taking an absolutely titanic shit right now because
I know it's usually me who's late, so I'm actually very surprised. I'm happy with myself.
I'm surprised too.
Honestly, I completely forgot to tell you guys what was going on because it was supposed to be today, and I definitely would not have been in a state of mind to do it.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, it would have been good to know, but I mean, whatever. You know, it's your life, dude. You know, you're already sleeping on like a twin bed back there. I'm not gonna make you
Hey,
you know,
it's.
grovel.
I think it actually is a queen.
Mm-mm.
I think it is. You don't think it's a queen?
No, I think it's a full if I've ever seen one, but
That should be a poll in the chat to see what size bed this is.
I bet you could check like the mattress tag or something.
Yeah. Why sleep on a queen at home? So I think I'd be able to tell. There's no way it's a full.
It's
too
tough
big to
like
be a
from this angle because I can't see the rest of the room, so I can't really see it in context.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I actually just made that bed before the stream started, guys. So everyone, pats on the back for me.
wow, snaps
Yep.
to Tiggy.
Tiggy's far away for sure today. Once you get mini control down, you'll store through the Rex Q. Fuck off. All right.
Damn.
Listen, okay, this EU mindset you have isn't the same out here in the West, in the true West. Okay, you have no idea what the Rift is doing
Yeah.
on the US server.
You don't know what
have
it's
no
like.
clue.
You couldn't last a day out here.
That was me being serious too, Q.
You couldn't last a day in the NAQ. Quatonic.
Oh, man. Jesus.
So I think what can we even talk about? We can talk LCS changes. We can
We got
talk
LCS changes. We could talk about Faker winning again, I guess.
yeah, I guess we could.
Yeah.
NA gold is
I mean, it's
EU
pretty bad.
bronze, damn.
It's pretty bad we have like a US soldier cheering for the Chinese. That's pretty bad. But you know. Oh. What else happened? We could talk Pocket, Pokimane. Fuck man. Call of Duty. I downloaded Call of Duty against my better judgment. And I hate to say I'm actually not having a terrible time. I'm actually not having a terrible time, and they're doing ranked play starting November, and you actually get to vote, like, veto maps and modes, like it's actually a professional COD. So that's cool to see 15 years later. That's really cool to see. So progression is being made. Trying to think. What else is going on in the world of games?
I don't know. I'm trying to like look at gaming news. I mean, there was a bunch of discourse about Dragon Age, but I don't really want to talk about that. I'm like just so sick of talking about like discourse and like drama and shit like that. PlayStation 5 Pro got released and it's getting like mid reviews.
What the fuck? I never got a call.
I fucking called you. What do you mean? I called you like
How'd you join in?
I just clicked to see where the fuck you guys were.
yeah, we've been in here.
What
You were
the
in a call?
fuck?
I
You were in a call by yourself.
I called all three of you.
No, I got no notification.
Maybe you had it on like Do Not Disturb or something.
No, I didn't.
You did because I called a group.
Shut up.
I don't know. It must have been it because I called the group. I don't know. Same thing I do every week. Same thing I do every week.
Same as it ever was.
Same.
I'm sitting here, dude. I'm
same,
sitting there. I'm like,
same.
it's 8:15.
That's why I was like worried about
Where-
you. I was gonna do a fucking.
Where are these clowns?
I was about to do a fucking wellness check because you said you were on the bowl. And I mean, I know.
That's pretty good.
It's true. You never know what's gonna happen. down there.
That's what I'm saying. Like you know. All right. Here we go. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we are going to be talking about Worlds 2024 coming to a close. Faker has hoisted his 5th Summoners Cup, and he may just be the greatest esports competitor of all time. Going to talk a little Pokemon TCG Pocket, probably about some other shit. Maybe the new totally not an emulator N64 that got announced. That seems pretty cool. And we have brought our Breast Cancer Awareness Month fundraiser to a close, and we really appreciate everybody who donated. So we're going to be talking about all that and more on a wonderful, effervescent, beautiful, delightful, so pleasant, absolutely stress-free episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Let's go.
Are you at risk of losing your job? Oh, okay. That's what I'm fucking. I've been saying that for years. You want to get rid of me? Guess what? You ain't finding nobody else as qualified as me.
That's
so let's see that fucking paycheck.
That's what I'm talking about. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy Papa Don. We're back live, direct, and handsome. It's episode 400, and I don't even know of the greatest gaming podcast on the internet. 413. I put it, literally typed it in 5 seconds ago, and I already forgot because this week has stunk. But it's okay. We're here.
Wait a second. You're telling me something crazy stuff went on this week? I don't buy it.
Oh, I'm not even talking about any of that. This is just
time out. Look at this. Look at the chest to shoulder ratio. Oh, man. It really is coming in good.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I'm not even like flexing. I'm just kind of like chest to shoulder ratio. I'm getting the fucking bowling balls back. Sorry, Dom. What were you saying?
Not too much, Bob. How are you this week?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. You know, nothing incredibly uneventful week. You know.
No, absolutely not.
Had a pretty cool weekend, but this week nothing of note happened.
Absolutely nothing. Also, I'll shotgun a beer for 10 gifted, or maybe even 5 gifted. I'll chug a beer for 5 gifted. I'll shotgun a beer for 10 gifted, because we gotta keep the lights on.
I do have 2 beers in my fridge, so I will drink a beer tonight if we get subs. But I'm not gonna shotgun anything.
Oh,
they're in boxes.
Q, you want me to chug a beer? All right, fine. But well, that's channel points. I'm gonna finish. I'll finish this one. But if you do 5 gifted, I'll chug one. I'm gonna change that to 15,000 channel points and 5 gifted. But here you go.
I don't think we could do that.
There we go.
I'll
chug a beer.
This one is
I'm gonna need a glass though.
This is like a whiskey lemonade seltzer. But yeah. Whoop. All right.
Well, I guess I'll go get my beer. Dom's gonna have to edit all this fucking this blank space out tomorrow.
It's all right. I can talk about what I'm doing right now. So thank you for the 5 gifted. They're going to go get a beer, so I'm going to get a beer after. I'm going to keep it running. I am in Colorado Springs right now, Colorado, AO, and I'm here to get some new eyeballs, ladies and gentlemen. It turns out it wasn't fully my fault for inting all those games months and months and years ago. It was my eyeballs' fault, and I'm getting them fixed for the courtesy of the United States Air Force and all the taxpayers out there. So thank you all for the free eye surgery.
Wow. Hey, good luck on the surgery. Yeah, feel free to go.
What's happening?
He's getting LASIK.
I forgot.
I'm getting LASIK. It was supposed to be today. It got moved because it is snowing in Colorado, wouldn't you know? 6 inches last night, 6 inches the night before, and
dude,
damn,
6 inches is an enormous amount.
That's a lot. That's above average. That's an above average amount of snow.
Huge amount of snow. Huge. So
some might call that like an overpowering amount of snow, honestly.
I'd say that's an uncomfortable amount of snow.
Yes. So hopefully I have it tomorrow.
Like 6 inches of snow is going to rearrange Colorado's guts. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I wouldn't want to be in there. Jesus Christ, I thought you weren't wearing pants first. Oh my God. I thought I just saw fucking balls flopping around.
But yeah, Tiggy's getting LASIK, and he's also dressed like a Warzone operative right now. Like, watch when Tiggy walks back in. Tiggy, do like the tactical walk when you walk back in.
$30?
Oh my God.
Should have been.
Also, he's staying with a buddy of his, and he says it's his WoW raid night, and he's like, you should see how many buttons this guy's got on the side of his mouse.
Wait, do they need a fucking DPS?
Hey, I'm open.
Yeah.
You want to see how many buttons I have on the side of my WoW mouse? I have 2 mice now, by the way. This is
2 mice, 2
my
furious.
Logitech G Pro Wireless is my work in FPS mouse. This is my fucking WoW mouse.
Wow. How do you even remember which buttons are which?
Yeah,
I just know what they are.
I gotta chug one.
That's awesome. I love that we're hearing all of this from Tiggy.
Were you guys hearing that the whole time?
Yeah,
No,
we've
we
been
didn't
hearing
hear any
you
of it.
screaming and
hear
like
anything?
out of breath.
Sorry, I had
Wait,
to
can you leave the room and then
text
do
messages
the?
real quick.
Can you do the
I know it's
Warzone
just-
tac? Can you do it just like the Warzone tactical walk back in here, like you're on the start menu? It's like you're waiting for a ranked game to load in. Wow, it's like I'm really watching an Air Force commercial.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba,
Have you
ba.
ever seen the Twitch ads for the fucking army where they literally show birds turning into drones?
No.
They're not even trying to fucking hide it
Wow.
anymore.
Ooh, a little more.
Not even trying to hide it anymore.
Love that.
Tiggy, can you confirm or deny birds are just drones for the government?
Unfortunately, we have this thing called top secret clearance, and
Mhm.
with it, you need the clearance. You also need the need to know, and unfortunately,
I need to know.
they would consider you of not needing to know.
If there's anybody who needs to know, it's me.
That's very true. Also, we have a scam train going, so if anybody else wants to donate,
Scam.
donate subs, if somebody else gives 5, I'll upgrade this to a shotgun. I'm just gonna let you know. I will do it. I'm putting my life and my health on the line for you. I'm gonna run 3 more miles tomorrow, but it's okay.
I forgot how absolutely delicious and ice cold, crisp Michelob Ultra is.
Love that. Love that. All right, cheers. Q doesn't have a toast for us, so it's a good for ships, the wood ships, the ones that sail the sea, but the best ships are friendships, and may they always be. Cheers.
Sorry, Q, I don't chug beer anymore. I casually sip.
Like a gentleman. Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Also, yeah, so I already hit the weekend recap button. So, Tiggy, you're getting LASIK in Colorado. Bob, you said you had a cool weekend. What you been up to? What you been playing? What you been doing? What's new in your life?
I actually had like the busiest weekend I've had in quite some time. Friday we did a Friday. Wait, no, we didn't do raid night Friday because there weren't enough people. But Saturday woke up, went straight to ordered something to eat, got some dunks. They fucked up the order.
Nice.
So they sent me one of those cheddar fucking cheddar bagels that are like this long, the cheddar sticks.
Ooh.
Mistake for me eating those because I was fucking farting the rest of the weekend.
Fortin.
I was farting hard. And then I went to my buddy from college's house,
Oh, nice.
like in EC, and he was one of the people that I first started playing League of Legends with 12 years ago. When was I in college? 13 years ago.
If you were in college 13 years ago, then I was in college 48 fucking years ago.
13 fucking
That's
years ago.
horrifying.
We started playing League of Legends together all the way back then. And he was always a good friend to me in college, was always a good friend after college, but even though we live within fucking 15 minutes, this is like a bad habit I have of mine. When I live within fucking 20 minutes of somebody, we still just somehow don't see each other for years. But you've met him. You've met him at PAX a couple of times. He's come up to us every
Oh,
single
hell
day
yeah.
at PAX. But yeah, went to his house. We watched the World's Finals. Watched Faker get number 5, the greatest fucking esports athlete to ever live. Actually, he's up there with... Oh, fuck. This is like... I haven't even thought of this before. Rafa has more championships than he does for Quake.
But where is he now?
I thought you meant Rafa Nadal, and he definitely has more championships. But
He's probably playing like Quake 3 Arena now because Champions isn't supported anymore.
Damn, that's rough.
Yeah, I don't know. But I actually have to look that up, how many wins Rafa has, because he is like, I think he might be the most winning like video game, like esports talent
Yeah.
of all time. But then what else? Oh, raided that night, stayed over the girlfriend's house, woke up the next morning, got some motherfucking Bagel World, drove home, didn't shower because I had to get straight onto an Iron Lords podcast episode, and did that for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's a time
Shout out
commitment.
to them.
That's a time
It is.
commitment.
You are committing half of a you're committing.
Bro, that is your entire Sunday. And I love the Iron Lords guys. I don't know how they do it. But man, I laughed really hard because one of the first comments on the I listened to a bunch of it, the one that you were on, and somebody goes, podcast starts at 1:47:36. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I shit you not. I was invited to the call an hour and 45 minutes after they started it. An hour and 45. I'm sitting there. I'm talking to Cog in fucking DMs, and he's like, yeah, we're starting at 2. I get invited at 3:35
Yeah.
into the fucking call.
They don't fuck around, bro. They don't fuck around. That's why, like, when we recorded at PAX, Cog was, like, looking at me, and I'm looking at him across the table, because anytime we talk, I go, all right, man, like, I love you, and I love talking video games with you, and I love chopping it up with you all the time, but we do, like, a smooth hour on our show. I want to keep it to an hour. Like, I don't want, like, a 90 gig upload.
Worst case, Ontario, we could make it like 2 episodes. You know?
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Like we did that before. I think we did like a
I
part
think
1,
we
part
have.
2 before because we talked for 2.5 hours. But I'm like, next time, like we're gonna need to get
And there were
appetizers.
12 of us. 12
Yeah.
of us around one table.
Like we'll rent out a hotel conference room, get 5 pizzas and 230 racks, and then we can sit there for 3 hours. But
That's what we have to do. So not next PAX, because they said they were going to Japan next PAX. The PAX after that, we just need to do a big fucking panel for like 2
Yeah.
hours one night.
yeah.
We should do that. I reach out to them.
They going to Japan for PAX East?
I don't remember what exactly they're doing in Japan, but I believe they're going to Japan that week. Anyway, but yeah, we
King is going to make a petition to become the new CEO of Sony, I think.
They need one. They'd benefit. I can guarantee that. But yeah, it was a great episode. I highly suggest you guys go listen to it. Great
Yeah.
episode.
There
Great
was-
guys. It's always fun to go fucking talk.
Great, very high energy conversation, and
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be some shit when I saw Cog tweet about like very spirited discussion on this week's episode, and I'm like, what did Bob do? What did he do?
I didn't do any.
No, I know.
I stayed in pocket the whole time. Okay. No out of pocket Bob for that episode. It's just the touchy subject was Veilguard and how like in your face some of the narrative is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, my cousin Ricky was a Veil God in Charlestown for like 6 years.
Yeah, and then guess what happened? Those motherfucking Mark Wahlbergs, they stole that money right from under his nose at that bank.
He was a Veil God senior year. They don't, by the way, they named one already. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I don't either.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it, dude. You wouldn't get it. Well, hey, let's get. Oh yeah, they named one already. Oh well, they need another one. This is for Sony Interactive Entertainment, not like Sony, the big S, if you will. I gotta you know what I mean? Look at you fucking touch of gray. Look at this, Jesus. This
But
is
at
really.
least you have something to fucking get, Gray.
I know. Well, look, I mean, it's just like it's insane. Anywho, as for me, kind of a busy weekend. Just was like out and about, taking the baby places, doing things, shaking hands, kissing babies. Get a nice little steak dinner on Friday. There's a really nice little steakhouse north of the city. Little pre-birthday festivities. My birthday's on Saturday, so I'm excited to just be getting it going. And I like to celebrate my birthday month, as everybody knows. So I try to just see all my loved ones and hang out. So got a little steak dinner. Had 3 to 4 old fashions, and nobody felt awesome the next morning. But it was a great weekend. Do I want anything, Q? Yes, but we'll get back to that. Been playing Pokemon TCG Pocket. It's pretty good. We'll talk about that a little bit because I think it's actually a pretty good benchmark for what I expect from like mobile games. I was like fiending that on the train all week on the way in and out of work. Played a lot of.
Wait a second. You're telling me you're absolutely into spending 2 years of your life farming every single Pokemon ever created? Because if you don't pay any money, that's what you have to do. It's almost like when For Honor, they did the math for unlocking all of the classes in For Honor. That would take 7.5 years to do.
Is that what it is? Because I mean, I haven't spent a cent on the game yet, and I have like 80% of the first set already done.
Yeah, I read an article earlier today that said it's going to take over 2 years to collect all the cards without
Christ.
spending a dime.
Well, they have trading that's coming in soon, and they have a pretty good. I mean, I just have been playing the game. Like I haven't spent a cent. Let me see how many. I'll tell you how many I've got right now. I thought I had a pretty good amount of the first set. Let me see I don't know how I see it. Anytime you get a card, it shows you how close you are. I like it. I've been having a good time with it. I haven't spent any money yet. I probably won't until they like beef it out a little bit. But we'll talk about that. I played some Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I forgot how much I loved. I never finished playing all the way through it back when I first got it. But it's such a beautiful remaster, and it's such a great story. So it's been great. And they just announced a new Amazon series for Mass Effect, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
I was going to mention that, but then I also have to ask you. First of all, Tiggy, have you ever played any of the Mass Effect games?
I have not, no.
You look like one of the fucking Men in Black when they're about to fucking pen someone.
No, you know what you look like is who's the guy from the Mystery Men with like the goggles on the cover? Wait a minute.
What a fucking callback. We're so fucking old. We're so old.
Wait.
Get the Men in Black. I don't get that. I don't get the
You
other
never
one.
seen like the front cover of Mystery Men with Ben Stiller? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. I'll find the exact poster that I'm talking about. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, I see it. I'm looking at it right now.
That movie is
They need
so
to be a little crooked.
fucking... What is that, like 2000?
1999.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, so
Look at
Dom, this was a discussion I had on the Iron Lords podcast. They were trying put it on the stream. Sav was trying to tell me that Mass Effect 3 was the best in the franchise, and I stopped it. I said, listen, I'm not going to argue. I'm not here to argue. But if you're going to say that, I need to know why. And he went forward and was like, well, it takes all of the best things from 1 and 2, and it puts it together in a more finely tuned package. And I said, right, I agree with that. But if you're going to give one game its flowers, you have to give the other 3 their flowers. Mass Effect 1, I think, has the best story overall and the best villain.
Really? Do you? The first one?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
But the original version, if you're not playing the Legendary Edition, plays like fucking dog ass.
Yeah. No, it plays like fucking reheated dog shit for sure.
And then I give 2 the crown for having the best cast and crew
Ever.
out of any game combined.
Yeah.
Period. Out of any fucking game ever created, it has the best fucking crew.
Yeah.
And the stories you hold between the two,
Yeah.
between like that whole crew, is better than all the rest. Mm-hmm. And then 3 is the most easily playable.
Yeah. I think Sav and I have definitely talked about this because I know Cog's his Mount Rushmore of video games. I know Mass Effect 2 is on there. I know 2 is one of his favorite games ever, and I know Sav prefers 3. I have always thought that 3 has gotten an unfair rap.
Agreed.
I think it had a botched, it had kind of a botched release. They cut some content that they shouldn't have, but they made it right. And this is coming from the proud owner of a Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition strategy guide.
You do know what today is, right?
I know it's N7 Day.
Yeah, today's N7.
We could talk about, and then, of course, the Steelbook and the Kinect. Don't forget the Kinect compatibility on the
where you could talk into it and command the
Yes!
rest of your crew to do something, but it only worked half of the time.
Yes, but you could also read the dialogue. You could read like the dialogue options and stuff. I forgot there was even a comic book in here. I've only opened this up so many times, but there's like a little art book. Oh man, this is so good. I'll look at this later. I I gotta spend some time with it alone. But no, I mean, it's tough, man, because like Mass Effect 3 is definitely the. Can you do the YouTube presentation with your hand behind it? So, can you do the
Where you put it like this?
Oh, is that why? Is that where it focuses?
Something like
Oh,
that.
because it focuses. Interesting. Mass Effect 2, I think, is a better, like, tighter story. I think Mass Effect 3 is. I mean, it's tough, right? I mean, this was Avengers Endgame before it was Avengers Endgame, where you have to wrap up like 25,000 different storylines in a neat package. Granted, Mass Effect 3 had 80 hours to do this, and Endgame had 2.5. But I don't know, man. It's like so hard to pick one over the other. 3,
It's not. I don't think it's that hard. I still think it's always going to be 2.
yeah. I mean, I think pound for pound, Mass Effect 2 is one of I think you could say. I think you could say, and nobody would say, all right, like, I think you're being crazy. I think you could say Mass Effect 2 is one of the best, if not the best, role-playing game ever made, and be totally serious, and somebody would go, all right, I disagree with you, but that's a good choice. Anybody could say anything, you know what I mean? Anybody could have their favorite, but, like, somebody could come up to me and be like, Mass Effect 2 is the best role-playing game ever made, and I'd be like, all right.
Also,
Yeah.
Rockin', yes, you could port your save files from Mass Effect 1 to or 1 into 2, 1 and 2 into 3.
Yeah.
Or if you only played 2, you could select how you want 1 to end.
Yeah.
And like some of the key decisions made in 1, and then import that into 2, and then import that into 3.
Yeah.
Also, a point of note: they don't have that in Veilguard. They don't have that.
So, funny thing is, they do because I was just looking at it earlier today, but it's way different. It's not so much like it's an online. The website is actually very cool, and I was gonna get to this later, but let me just quick file off the Mass Effect thing. Mass Effect 1 is, I mean, I'm playing through it right. I'm like 60 hours into Mass Effect 1, and I haven't even played I haven't even gotten through even halfway through the main story. I've just done all the side quests, and it's like, it's insane the level of writing that goes into a side quest that you might never even see. And that is like prime BioWare. That is like, it's just insane. I mean, they're just balling on so many different levels. Mass Effect 2, I think, like, pound for pound, is probably the best game in the series. Mass Effect 3, I think, is deservedly, should be definitely critically acclaimed more, because there's just so much more to it than people give it credit for. But I don't know. I mean, I'd say I'd probably lean more towards COG than Sav on that, and that 2 is better than 3. But I don't think you could lose either way. You should play them all 300 times like I did.
Yeah, I beat 1, I think, 4 times, and then 2, I think, 4 times.
You know what's really cool?
And then I only beat 3 once.
What's really cool is if you go I was just talking about Mass Effect this past weekend with one of my buddies. If you download the Xbox app and you log in with your gamer tag, you can see all your old achievements from like Xbox 360 and the original Xbox and stuff like that. You can still see it. So you can see all the shit that you did and like the difficulties you beat it on and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just a cool like little walk down memory lane. But in terms of Dragon Age, there's a website called The Tapestry. I think it's just DragonAgeOnline.com or something like that. But the tool is called The Tapestry, and you can go through all 3 previous games and select anything. All these choices from the DLC, and it's actually in a very nice visual package. It's kind of overwhelming, but like you can pick the name, the race, the gender, the class of all these different characters, and then import them into the Veilguard. I think it was originally designed for Inquisition, but I'm almost positive you can then relay that into Veilguard so that all your choices make sense. But yeah, I was looking it up earlier, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll play the Dragon Age games from the beginning because I never really played them.
Yeah, neither did I.
But I started playing Dragon Age Origins actually earlier tonight, and the game like visually did not age well at all. But the writing is still there. I mean, it's like 2008 BioWare, which is like prime BioWare. And if everybody's saying like, "Hey, BioWare is going to go through this new renaissance," then I want to play it. But the problem is that they keep saying that they can't remaster Dragon Age Origins because there's like 2 people left at BioWare who like remember that old engine, and like they just don't know how to rebuild it. Like there's just no way to do it. So like unless they literally built it from scratch completely.
That's what's going to happen with World of Warcraft 2 when that finally comes out.
Oh well, yeah, that's where they're going to hit the wall, where they're going to be like, so we're running out of people who know how to manage all this old ass code, so we need to make this game from the ground up. But yeah, I never played any of the Dragon Ages. I think I played like the demo for Dragon Age 1 and 2, but that was it. Back when they made game demos. But yeah, that was a long rambling thing, but things are fun. Video games are good. Tiggy, you want to talk about weekend? I was going to say, you want to talk about Faker?
The weekend was good with including the Worlds ceremony. We can go over the Worlds real quick. I think it was 6 a.m. Little time change, and we and Arizona changed time zones. So that was cool. 6 a.m. wake up for us. And the World ceremony was fantastic. I don't know the first song, but the Still Here performance was incredible with 2 vocalists. All the production in the background, the dancers was sick. And then, Linkin Park comes on with the new singer. Fantastic. The song was great.
Praising Xenu in the skies above.
Mm-hmm. And I guess my roommate let me know that Linkin Park used to stream League of Legends back in the day as like a whole team. And they were terrible. But they would stream as a whole team and like play ranked and stuff. Which I think is just so sick to do as like, a world-renowned artist group. So very cool. And the song was good. It was awesome intros. And, just very cool. Linkin Park officially back. The Worlds was good. I, myself, as a United States soldier, was cheering for a Chinese team. Some might call that treason. I'm going to call it a fandom of League of Legends esports and trying to get a little variety in terms of champions and storylines. So that's going to be my defense. But it was really good. A lot of cool different champs we saw throughout the games. BLG had him on the end of the ropes multiple times. And, like Cassius Clay seemed to just get out of the fucking corner every time. Faker, that, goddamn perfect being, just kept binding away. I don't know if you guys have seen Shrinking, but the lawyer friend, when he's like, everything goes my way, that's Faker's life, They barely make it into the postseason, Game 5 against KT, I think, right? And they sneak in, they basically go undefeated, and then they beat BLG, who steamrolled everyone else through it, including BLG steamrolled T1 in the tournament earlier on, like 2 rounds before. And Faker and Keria and Gumayushi and Owner with the swag, with the jacket, his arms aren't in it. It's frustrating. It's frustrating as a League of Legends fan to see Faker win all the time.
First of all, welcome back, The Real Herp Derp. Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. God, I haven't seen that name in so long. But dude, Faker 5-time. T1 might be the first team to ever legitimately three-peat.
Yep. They could, because nothing's stopping them. They're still going to have the same exact squad. They're so young, with the exception of Faker, and they're still good and just find ways to win no matter what the meta is. It's sickening, and as long as they have their coach and Keria there to just control everything, and the other lizards are going to do their jobs, and I'm upset. I'm going to say it. I'm upset. I don't know if we've been feeling it. I think everyone in the room is just sickened by the fact that this guy just keeps winning. It reminds me of Tom Brady through all the years of just, dominance.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah. How can he just keep getting? He's 30, for God's sake.
You want to know the number for Rafa? 16.
16 Quake.
16 major Quake championships.
That's almost as much as Rafa Nadal in tennis. To put that
Very
in
true.
Let's see. Rafa, I think, is like 34.
I think it's
35.
like 20.
He's 35.
Oh, okay.
That's fuck, dude. 16. And if they were still supporting Quake champions, he'd be going for fucking 20.
Who's to say? Bring it back. Oh man. But Worlds was great. Worlds was great. Incredible time. League of Legends still in a good state. Many people are playing. Arcane is coming out this weekend for the first project or drop of 3 episodes. I don't know what they're calling it. What are they calling it? An act. The first act is dropping Saturday. 3 episodes dropping, and it's been let go. Not a Riot employee, but it's been, the information's been given to the public that Arcane cost $250 million to do 2 seasons. I have no idea what production costs actually are. I have no idea when it comes to like an animated show. But does that seem incredibly high, $250 million for 18 episodes of an animated show?
I
have
would
no
say
idea.
so.
Concord, the live service massive failure that Sony released, cost over $400 million, and that lasted for what, 10 days?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Arcane is arguably the greatest fucking animated show ever created at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd have people yelling at me. Like, if Marco was here right now and not watching Gladiator 2, he'd be screaming One Piece. Fucking...
Wait, how the fuck is he watching Gladiator 2? This shit comes out on the 22nd.
Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Actually,
we're gonna
that's
have a
I
talk.
used to see early screenings for movies all the time when I lived in downtown Boston.
That's true. That's true. Well,
Cut that,
me and the boys are going on the 22nd, so if anybody wants to join, we're going to all be shirtless in the theater together.
Bring the guy with the round shoulders in.
It's like I'm wearing shoulder pads.
They're gonna think he's Pedro Pascal.
It's true. Also, I'm thinking about hitting a Dave and Buster's this weekend. What do we think about that? Anybody been to a Dave and Buster's recently? It's like a Buffalo Wild Wings with arcade games, right? I mean, it's just like, they probably do beer pitchers and towers, right? That's like kind of what I want.
I think the last time I went to a Dave and Buster's was for your birthday, like 5 years ago.
We went to a Dave. Well, we're doing it again. Come on down on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not doing anything Saturday, come on down. We're going to be doing beer pitchers and fucking Big Pac-Man. So,
it was the first time you ever met my girlfriend, too.
Man, I gotta fly out.
come on out.
If
Saturday.
I fly out, am I invited?
Yeah, come on down. Come on. You're going to have
All
new
right.
eyeballs. Come on.
Damn right.
Listen, I just got to be back at 10 to relieve the babysitter, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
No kids, no rules.
No kids, no rules. That's awesome. But yeah, Arcane's coming out. Gonna be super awesome. I'm playing a lot of League of Legends, and I've figured it out. I figured out my champion. I've won 2 consecutive games with the bad eyeballs, so tomorrow I'm gonna be doing better. I'm playing Renata Glass support, and that's all I'm playing.
Ooh.
And it's great because no matter how much I die in the early game, I'm still beneficial to the team fights in the late game. And that's really what it comes down to. Eventually, it's all going to come down to one fight, and as long as I don't fuck that up completely, I can still win. So that's what I'm doing.
I think you're right there with. I mean, I think that the revolution will not be televised, right? I mean, I think that you have all your rights to declare, hey, listen, I wasn't bad at League before. I was blind. I'm legally blind.
I'm legally blind.
I'm legally blind. This is an all-timer. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Also, Tiggy, we haven't talked to you since friend of the program, friend in real life, Michael Grove became a World Series champion. What are the vibes like in the Dodgers clubhouse as a uncredentialed MLB insider?
I tell you, I mean, the vibes are extremely high. I think I can't speak fully, but I think they know they got a good group of guys, and Freeman's going to do what he can to keep everyone there, including Teoscar Hernandez. I believe there's a standing offer to keep him around. Michael Grove himself had a fantastic time at the parade, and he was one of the first ones to get up there and hug everyone, and just be there. Had an incredible time. We got a lot of pictures in the group chat of him with the trophy, of him, pouring beers all over it. It was a great time. Very happy for him, and I think he's extremely happy. He's back in his home state of Florida, living it up right now, getting ready for the off season. Going to play a lot of golf. And I tell you, it's probably about time we have him back on and hear from him himself. So we'll try to work that in the coming weeks in his off season, see what he can do, see what games he's playing, and that'd be great. But yeah, he's having a good time. Dodgers back on top, and yeah.
Love that. That was my old McMacken Little League baseball team. Was the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Also, TP Poker, dude. TP Poker and Herb Derp are both in here at the same time. Are we fucking back?
This is crazy.
Are we fucking back, dude?
I can smell a sponsorship around the corner.
Wow, dude. Echo Gear is gonna hit me up right now.
And maybe they'll give us the fucking $500 they still owe us.
Oh, hold on. Wait. I gotta take this. Hello. Is this Lucy from Echo Gear? You got my $500?
Where's my money?
Wow. I guess we're. I'm telling you, not for nothing, but like 2 for 2 on switching the chat from switching the topic from podcast to just chatting. Apparently that's just not the algorithm favors that. Maybe we've been just fucking up for the last 6 years.
What if we put it to pools, hot tubs, and
time machines?
beach? Yeah, and gambling.
Hot tubs, and time machines. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yep, hot tubs, time machines, casinos.
Herb Derp, there's a new rule. If you gift 5, I'll chug a beer right now. It 15,000 channel points. We had to up it because we were older now. That was a couple of surgeries ago. So we're just older now, and we actually already did one this episode. So yeah, you got to gift 5. If you gift 10, I'll shotgun one right now. That's my promise to you as a podcast host.
Me shirtless for 5 minutes. I've been shirtless for an entire podcast episode.
That's true. That's very true. But that's
I didn't even look that great back then either.
I disagree.
You didn't have those rounded shoulders.
They weren't nearly as rounded.
But yeah, so great news, Bob. This is before you were on, because we're kind of like rounding the corner, the 45-minute mark now. I did sign up for a 5K. I'll be running a 5K per the charity rules, and the money's going to go to another charity, which is to basically goes towards a food bank locally. So it's even more charity, and then I get a beer at the end, which is cool. So it's like $60 to enter. I used my own money for that. I didn't take it from the fundraiser money. And there's a costume contest, so I think I'm going to dress up my kid as a turkey and put him in the stroller and run with him. He's extremely heavy to push in a stroller. It's like pushing a 60-pound dumbbell in a fucking stroller. But, it's humbling. It's humbling.
What if we dress me up as a turkey? And we put me in the stroller.
Let's do it. I did one that was sponsored by...
I'll hold my nephew.
Yeah, do it. He'll love it.
As a smaller turkey.
Yeah, he would love it. Make him like a little drumstick. We'll dress him up as like a little drumstick. Herb Derp said he would buy a Bob calendar, but every month is him with a shirt that gets slightly more torn as each month passes.
Well, I do have to do a shirt ripping stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hold on, let me go on Amazon right now and buy a bunch of fucking cheap shirts.
Let's see. Do we have any voicemails? Let me see if we got any voicemails here.
Need advice?
617-701.
I have a question before we get into it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a Mass Effect TV series coming to Amazon?
Tiggy, how do you feel about a Mass Effect TV series coming to Amazon?
They ruined... actually, Tiggy, you go first. You're right.
I would say I would love a Mass Effect TV show to Amazon because I have yet to play a Mass Effect game. So I would love to learn about Mass Effect and its lore. I enjoyed the... what was it? Oh, my God. I enjoyed the Fallout show a lot, and I've never played a Fallout game, so I enjoy learning it through the shows. I think that's a really cool way to show it. The only issue is the Amazon aspect of it. As they've been known to mess up quite a many TV shows. So
Yeah.
I'd be up for it.
I think there are more Amazon series that I like than I don't like. Like Fallout.
I'm 50-50. I'm
Alright.
literally right in the middle. I like just as many as I fucking can't stand.
There's like Wheel of Time and Rings of Power,
Awful.
which I thought were buns.
Awful. Both of them awful.
And then there's like, you get shows like Reacher, which I thought were really good.
Awesome.
Jack Ryan was great.
Never saw it.
It's just like Reacher except skinnier, less roids.
I don't want that.
I know.
I want way more.
Yeah.
Steroids. Way more steroids.
Remember that time in? Did you watch the second season of Reacher?
Yeah.
When he kicks the fucking front bumper of the guy's car and then the airbag deploys and hits the guy in
Yeah.
the face. That was
I watched the whole thing over like a 2-day weekend.
It's unbelievable. It just got renewed for 2 more seasons too. It's what it's like
Yeah,
to really be
thank
in the
God.
military too. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Something like that.
But yeah, I mean, you get shows like that. Fallout, I thought was excellent. So I don't know. Here's hoping that the people behind this took some cues from Fallout and not from like all the other licensed properties that they've ruined. Because I think if they come out with this and it's really good, we're gonna be in a good spot. The one thing, like my wish list for this is, I don't want it to be based in. I don't want it to be a retelling of Shepard's story. I want it to be completely separate.
I 100% agree with that. I want it to be, it needs to be like, if anything, they mention Shepard,
Yeah.
and they mention the Normandy,
Sure,
and shit like that,
sure,
and
that's
like that crew.
yeah, and even like I mean, I never finished Mass Effect Andromeda because it was a fucking just a bundle of hot diarrhea, but like that takes place at the same time technically as Mass Effect 1 through 3, but in a different galaxy. You could do the aftermath of Mass Effect 3. You could do the lead up to Mass Effect 1. You could do like the Turian Wars, the First Contact Wars, like humanity first kind of discovering the rest of the galaxy and stuff like that. That would be 25,000 times more interesting to me than to be playing or watching the same game that I already played.
Does the Genophage take place in 1? I don't remember.
It takes place like a few like years or decades before 1.
Yeah.
It was like right after the Rachni Wars, where it was like if I remember correctly, the rest of the galaxy was like, hey, you Krogan like to kill each other. Why don't you go kill these bugs? And then they started reproducing like crazy because like they're winning these wars and they're just like killing and fucking their way across the galaxy. And then they're
Hell yeah.
overpopulating and they're like, hey, they're going to take over everybody else because they're so like drunk on like blood and war and victory that they're going to kill all of us now. And so, because like the whole thing with the Krogan is that they were nuking themselves out of existence. So they were like, wait, go fight something else. And then they were too distracted to be killing each other because they kind of culled each other. But now they aren't because they're killing bugs. And like, yeah, we can work together. This is great. Let's all fuck. And then they were like, wait, we can just dominate the rest of the galaxy pretty easily, which they could. And then, so I think it was a few years after that. But Herp Derp said they'll fuck it up. Shepard's going to be in it, but they'll get confused halfway through, and it's Shepard from
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
I think okay. This isn't even a fucking tinfoil hat moment because they're not going to do something in like adjacent. It's gonna be Shepard. It's gonna be FemShep, and then I mean, if they were smart, they would start with 1 and like do the retelling through 1 into 2 into 3. That's how it's going to play out. 100%. There's no way they're going to do anything adjacent to it.
Yeah. I think this is what I want is if you have Shepard in it, it needs to be in and even if it's FemShep, I mean, Jennifer Hale, if it's FemShep, I want it to be Jennifer Hale. And I don't care how old Jennifer Hale is. I want it to be 40 years in the future then. And I want it to be like Shepard is like venerable and is not fighting and is a war hero and is like treated as this big legend or whatever, and you're like, the main character is in Shepard's shadow or something. I don't know. But Shepard's story is not over. We already know that because there was a teaser of Shepard still being alive, which is the canon Renegade ending for Mass Effect 3, which I selected 3 out of 4 times because it fucking rules. But I want it to not have anything to do with Shepard. Make it any other. There's so many like deep lore, like conflicts and stuff that happen decades before Mass Effect 1 happens, and I would love to see that instead. Or even in between Mass Effect 1 and 2 when Shepard... I'm sorry. Yeah, in between Mass Effect 1 and 2 when Shepard is presumed killed in action, when he's missing. Because in the very beginning of Mass Effect 2, this is a spoiler for the first 10 seconds of Mass Effect 2, Shepard dies. That's how you get, like, rebuilt. They do the Metroid thing where, like, they kill Samus in the beginning of every game, and then they're like, oh, you gotta go get all your powers back. So, like, Shepard's body goes missing, they think he's dead. That's exactly what they're gonna do. Tinfoil hats, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Shepard is missing, and it's like the 6 months that Shepard is missing. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And then boom, slam cut into Mass Effect 2 storyline.
Yep. That is.
But the thing is, the villain from Mass Effect 1 is such a good villain.
Saren, yeah. But then you have like Martin Sheen. Like Martin Sheen is the elusive. Like get him on the fucking screen.
Yeah.
Great, but then I mean Martin Sheen's like 98, right? Like I mean he's
the perfect age for it.
I mean, and he was the elusive man. Herb Derp said, honestly, I feel like Dom is right on point. That's because I am. I'm telling
Probably,
you.
yeah.
It's the beginning of the game. The very beginning of the game, Shepard gets fucking voiped out of existence, and his corpse gets scooped up by Cerberus, and then that's where the TV series picks up. He's killed in action. War hero killed in action. Time for some new people to do some cool things.
Oh, wait. Put your tinfoil shoulder pads on.
Cool.
They're gonna... Okay. Do you guys remember the critical success of Konami's Silent Hill Ascension?
Yes!
The TV show that if you paid money, you could get your avatar canonically put into the universe?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
It's the first pay-to-win video game TV show. They're going to do the same thing with Mass Effect, where if you pay, like there's going to be a vote every episode when it's live. You're going to pay to see who Shepard romances that episode.
Ooh. Garrus. I'd watch it. A win's a win.
I've already watched it on many websites.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Pretty good stuff.
Pretty good.
Anyway, but yeah, no. So one of my buddies, we were talking about this today, and he was like, you know, I really hope this person plays Garrus and this person plays whoever. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want it to be the same. I don't want it to be the same story. And their response was, don't you want to see like Garrus and whoever in live action? And my response was, like the Garrus and Liara and, you know, Mordin and stuff like that they would put on screen are not the same characters that I've spent 400 hours with cultivating a relationship with. To me, they will be a completely separate, it's not going to be the same. The whole thing that, you know, what makes Mass Effect 2 and 3 so special is like, you spent hundreds of hours developing a relationship with these characters, and they're making these choices and statements, and you're having these heartfelt moments based on it's a literal like parasocial relationship with a fictional character. And if they put Garrus on screen, as much as I love Brandon Keena and everything that he brought to probably my favorite RPG sidekick of all time, you can't you can't replicate that type of feeling when you know that you don't have a say in how that character is growing, if that makes sense.
All right, hear me out. Real Herp Derp gave me a great idea. He said Rock is going to be Shepard, Garrus is going to be Chris Pratt. Hold that for a second. What if The Rock plays Shepard, Kevin Hart plays Garrus, Jack Black plays Grunt? Who else? Kate Blanchett plays Miranda.
Stop!
Jamie Lee Curtis somehow plays Morden.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up right now. No. Everybody knows that Kevin Hart would play Legion. Or Rex.
It was a little outlandish.
Yeah. Actually, no. Kevin Hart played a 4-foot tall version of a 6-foot tall character, so he would play Rex.
Or Grunt, yeah.
Yeah. He would play the Krogan.
Or he comes out of cryostasis and it's just Kevin Hart in a fucking Krogan, big plastic Krogan costume.
I'm going to make myself a bleach martini now. Hope everybody has a great rest of your Thursday. All right, let's let it rain.
Wait, there was a voicemail. I cut it off.
No, there wasn't a voicemail. There wasn't one. I thought there was, but there was not. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, especially to HerpDerp117 and to TP Poker. We appreciate you. I might stream after this. I was going to play some Dragon Age. I might do the little cloud streaming thing on Xbox, because for some reason the PC version wasn't working. I think the old EA servers for Dragon Age Origins are down. They just don't exist anymore, so I'm pretty sure the PC version just doesn't work. It was working on my Xbox upstairs, so maybe it'll work on like the cloud gaming thing. But big shout out to everybody that donated to the charity. I am just waiting on Bricky's team to get back to me with the final merch numbers. I'll post the donation amount once we have it. And that is all. And we love you very much. Tiggy, what do you got?
Not much. I hope to survive tomorrow, so you should get an update on Twitter to make sure I can see. And if I'm inting, don't check my OpGG later tomorrow, because I'm not going to be fully cognitive. So who knows what will happen. Yeah, I don't know. Love you guys. Make sure, I don't know, kiss everyone you love.
Yeah.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the LASIK scene from Dead Space 2?
I have not.
I'll send it to you tomorrow after the successful surgery.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch it before.
Yeah, don't look it up.
I'll
send it to you tomorrow.
I'm going to look it up.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Not while we're live. Not while he's here.
Okay.
Don't do it while I'm here.
All right. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, shout out to the Iron Lords podcast for having me on this previous weekend. It's always great to be on. It's always great just catching up with those guys. Mm-hmm. Honestly, just a good, very energetic group.
Spirited conversation.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that we talk about. A lot of fucking ridiculous tangents we go off on, but it is what it is. That's just how it is when you have groups of, video game loving enthusiasts like ourselves and them when you come together. It's just what happens.
It's true. It's very true. All right, word. It's been episode 413 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week.